mic? No, give it. Come here. I need to change the middle. Let me show you something in this box. So that's what you do. Drop this down your shirt.
Inside.
Yeah, drop it down. Come on, put it down. You can put that in your pocket. And then clamp that on. Pull it down. Pull it all the way down. Pull it down. Pull it down.
Yes.
Yeah, pull it through that. So when you want to clamp, you gonna zip your shirt all the way back up?
Yeah.
Zip it back up. Watch the ride. Yeah. Put it down so we don't get too far out. What notes and stuff at?
Ready beside you. But you can
Let's go.
Nah, I'm gonna start off yeah. But see the first part be about Charleston, and the next part is like the regular question. But that last, what I'm first wanna do is go ahead and just go in on Charleston. Just, you know what I'm saying? Talk about my experiences and talk about, Dallas and, you know what I'm saying? My last experience, my experience here, like that.
Well, why for more?
Oh.
There you go.
All right.
But what the first thing you want to start with?
We can start off with, you can say like, what's up, how you been since your last interview? And I'll piggyback off that and start going and saying my experience last time. And I basically just go in my experience the last time and then start talking about I'm grateful to be here now. And I'm gonna talk about my experience just trying to meet Charleston on every event. Like from Dallas in September. And then I went to February to try to see him in Winston-Salem. I'm gonna talk about that whole segment. And then I tried it again in OKC, and then and then Miami, and then now we here.
All right, so let me ask you, so then after you talk about all that, then I'm gonna get into
I want to take my time and really tell the stories and go through the timelines. I ain't want to rush that part because this is the most important part. I want to spend like at least 45 minutes. I want to do like at least an hour and a half, something like that. Take my time and speak about 45 minutes, 30 minutes about my experiences and why I want to see him so bad and why I want to be around him, why I want to work with him, and I want to, opportunity. Work with, make some money. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hold on.
So look, after you start explaining all that stuff, then I'm gonna ask you about the body count on here.
Yeah. So when you feel like I done got on, like when I'm pausing, when you feel like I done told all the story. So what time is it? 12:22, 12:30. So about 1 o'clock.
Once you finish telling the story, rub your chin like that.
Okay.
And go into this.
All right, and then you can be like, you know what? Let's get into some topics.
Yeah, but do this so I can know you finished.
Okay. Yeah.
You saying great.
Yeah.
Like you. That you, when you finish, like do that, I'm like, all right, let's get into some topics.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all. Hold on. This don't work, bro.
Terrance, thanks for being podcast.
Yo, 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 yo. All right. Okay, y'all, we back in the building. I got my boy back. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, Gangsta? SuavenyV. Yeah, SuavenyV on YouTube, SuavenyV on IG.
How you spell that?
SuavenyV, SuavenyY. So I came up with the name. So my name is Vince, and my auntie, she called me Vinny because it got a little ring to it. And when I came up here, New York, because I'm from down south, they was like, yo, what we call you? So I like Suave, so they gave me like Suave. So I put the Suave and SuavenyV together, make SuavenyV.
All right, so what's been going on since you left here?
Man, a lot been going on since I left it, man. My experience, so I'm back in Dallas again, trying to meet up with Charles, trying to link up with him. Basically, I just want to just shout him out and just tell my experiences of how I was just trying to see him, man, trying to link up with him. So the last time I was here, I reached out to Charleston, and I reached out to Dewberry, and I reached out to OG Sane, because they was his managers at the time, and I just wanted to link with Charleston and connect with him and just speak to him. I felt like I was watching his videos during the time, and he was talking to me, he was making sense, and I just wanted to meet up with him. So I reached out to Dewberry, OG Sane, and I reached out to Charleston. I sent a well-detailed message. This was like 2024. I sent a well-detailed message about who I am, who I was, where I was from, how I liked his content, and I made sure I said that Charleston reminded me of my uncle and my big cousins that I grew up with. So I really wanted to just talk to him and get a chance to meet with him, and nobody hit me back, which I understood because I understand they're a celebrity, and they probably got thousands of DMs. I was like, man, they ain't gonna read my shit. They ain't gonna read it. They ain't gonna get it. So Dewberry hit me back a year and 3 months later. So that was 2024. So Dewberry hit me back. What was that? March of 2025. He was like, "What's up? What you trying to do?" And I was like, "What's up, dude?" I was like, "Man, I appreciate you for responding back." And I was like, "Man, I want to meet with Charleston, bro. I want to be on a game-related podcast. I feel like I'm the guy that y'all looking for because I heard Charleston say." I was watching all Charleston videos, and during the time I started watching at 22, 23, 24. I started watching them, and then he was like, "Man, where the game-related niggas at? Where the non-street guys at? Where the players and the pimps and the max, the dudes that's not gang banging?" I'm like, "Damn, that's me." Like I ain't really been in trouble. I never been in the gang. Like I always been on some fly shit. So he was like, "Man, I'm trying to, if you square business, if you good money, we'll link with you. We'll teach you the game. You want to learn content creation." So I told Dewberry, like, I want to learn the game. Like, I'm a young man that grew up around OGs like y'all that learned the game from y'all, and I soaked up the game and applied it. So I want to learn how to make money online. So I told Dewberry that. He was like, "All right, it's gonna cost you." And then he told me the price. I like, "All right, cool." It didn't even matter what the price was because I was willing to pay it, and I felt like Charleston was worth it. So what happened? Dewberry say, I said, well, let me I said, "Can I FaceTime you?" He was like, "Well, send me something." So I ain't even had no money. I think I borrowed 140 from my aunt. I ain't even had no bread. So I asked my aunt to send me the money for my phone bill. I lied to auntie. Lord forgive me. But it was worth it. But she gave me the 140. I sent the 140 to OG, and we FaceTime Dewberry, and I just wanted to show him my value and let him know I was real and like, yo, I like y'all guys. I connect with y'all from a screen because I live my life private and I live my life alone, and I left home, so my family home. I don't got no friends. Like I don't really deal with girls like that, and I just be chilling. And the people that I want to connect with is online that making money. So I feel like I'm to the point of my life. I'm 33, and I don't be want to be laughing and joking. And if it ain't about nothing, I want to make some money. So the people that I want to be friends with is really online making money, and I want to be like make content and travel and still make money and have fun at the same time. And I felt like I wanted to do that with Charleston, Dewberry, Saint, OG, and Gangsta. So I told Dewberry my situation. I was like, Dewberry, I ain't got no money, straight up. But I'm gonna run into some money. I just got hurt at work a couple years ago. I got a lawsuit coming, and as soon as I get the money, I pay the fee. The link with y'all in person. So he was like, all right, cool. So I took his number. So we was texting online at first. We got each other number. We got each other number and lose my thought. We got each other number, and so I had to wait. So that was like March, June, July, August. No, that was like March, June, July, August, September. That was 4 months later. So I like, dude, I got the money. First, it ain't came when I thought it was gonna come. I had to sign papers, and they told me 3 months later I had to sign for a little bit of money because I couldn't get what I was worth. So I like, dude, I got the bread. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna give half to do, to invest in the C Charleston and make that shit work, and I paid my rent up. You know what I'm saying? And I say, dude, I got the bread. He's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna holler at OG Sane, the manager. I'm gonna holler at Charleston, let him know everything good. You know what I'm saying? This the price we go. I said, you want me to send all of it or you want me to send half? I sent half. And he like, when you want to come? I like, shit. I say, I be keeping up with Charleston. One thing I like about Charleston, he let the fans know what's going on. I'm at this place. I got a comment show this way. I say, shit. I say, this was September of 2025. I say, I see he got a show in Miami on September the 13th. I can come down there September the 10th, kick it with y'all in Dallas. I said, y'all going to Miami for the show, right? He said, yeah, we going. I say, cool. FaceTime, we're talking on FaceTime. I say, I kick it with y'all the few days, the 10th, 11th, or whatever. Then the 13th, we can all fly together to Miami. He's like, all right, cool, that's a bet.